Welcome to mecaniquesportive's YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas. Today I am in Palma for the international presentations and test drives of the new C5 AirCross, and I am going to show you the entire multimedia system of this car. So let's go inside here. I'm going to show you all of that and explain how it works, how to connect your phone, and all the features of this multimedia system right here. So here we go, and here is the new C5 AirCross interior, with a large vertical screen here, a horizontal screen here, and a screen right there with a head-up seat. So I'll try to show you with another camera if I can, and we'll see all of that. My goal is to give you all the information that's here to explain how it works, the information you'll find there, and all the information here, and how to set everything up on this screen. Anyway, we'll start with the small one in the back right here and look at the features. So, first thing, when the car is off, it looks like this, and I'm going to exit like this. I'll even show you exactly the animations and everything. So here, the Citroen animation and so on. You leave the car, everything turns off, then you take the key and lock the car. When you lock it, all screens shut down, no information is shown, and it enters standby. So the mirrors fold in and so on. And when I arrive, as soon as I get close, the mirrors open. I have keyless entry, and that gives me an animation that happens here. Citroen is written here, and Citroen on this side too, so that's it. It's when I come in and open the car. So here there was a little sound. Next, you can add profiles right here. Guest driver and add a profile, so you can create a profile. So we'll start with that. If you want like this, you can create a profile right from the start. And here you'll be able to set up the one you want. You'll be able to choose the themes and colors. For example, I like blue. Customized. Okay, that's where you personalize it. So let's choose the language. French, because I speak French. Next, new profile. We'll call him Mécanique. Mecaniquesportive. Sportive. Oops. Since I'm holding the camera, sorry, now I'm setting up my profile name and enter. Next. The colors I want, I'm going to choose blue like this because I really like blue. Next. Share data and locations and private mode. I don't mind sharing all that. Discover the system. Actually, I don't need to discover it. You and I will explore it together and I'll show it to you. And here it is. So now I have a new profile that will start with this key when I arrive. You can't access the connected service, but private mode is fine. So this is what happens. I start the car, click, and it starts. We have this screen that lights up this time, and it will tell me if we have a hybrid system or something else. Then we return to this screen. So on this side, I'm going to come here. That way you'll really be able to see it a little better. Wait, don't move. I need to show you this. You'll be able to see well with good lighting and everything. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Can you see well? Okay, now you have a good view of this screen. So we have several display themes. We have this one and this one with the map. So when I turn on the global positioning system, we'll have the global positioning system information in this area, and we'll have the consumption data. Here, the average speed is 27 kilometers per hour over 37 kilometers using 2 liters. Because, for example, here we were using sport mode, even though we still had some battery left. I'll give you all the information later about what's displayed. This is the limited display, so with a minimum amount of information. For those who really want to have very little on display and don't want to be distracted. Then we go back to this. So with the battery charge level, for example, which you can see right here, that gives us an idea. For example, here we see that it has 3 bars on this side, 2 on that side, so we know we've lost a bit of battery. Then we return to the first one with the range, for example. So we can see the range here, we can see it on the side. So here we have the remaining electric range. We can see that we have 50% left. So with 57%, I could do 44 kilometers in the conditions in which this car has been used since the beginning. The car has 1,084 kilometers, so it's new. The handbrake is on. We can see that there is a person sitting inside and that this person, the driver, me, has not put on his seatbelt. That's the reading of the signs. The 30 shows the remaining fuel range as the tank is nearly full. We're at 0 kilometers per hour and in parking mode. If I switch to drive, I select D. For reverse, it's R, and for parking, it's P. The P. When it's ready, it means it's ready to drive. It means we can shift gears. Here, the lights are on. If I switch to high beam, it turns blue, then green. And I can turn off the headlight system and keep the daytime running lights. These are the driving aids we're going to use. Then I can change the menu and information with the card. This time the range moved here, but we keep the rest of the necessary information. To see the consumption, you'll have to go to the one that has the consumption information. And when I press the right stalk, I'll be able to go to menu number 2 and go back to the beginning. And then do it like this. Otherwise, I'll go into the head-up display. Sorry, it's not very easy to show you the head-up display, but it's back there. So here it is for this screen. So this screen is controlled with the button here. It will scroll through the menus for me, as you can see with the animations. And on this side, it's going to be for the consumption with the 3 little menus scrolling. Next, when we're at the steering wheel on the left, that's going to be the driver assistance system. Pressing assist will activate it for me. Cruise control, drive assist, or assistance are deactivated, so we see all 3 options here. I recommend drive assist, which will drive by itself, keep the steering wheel centered in the lane, and use adaptive cruise control, so it will accelerate and brake automatically. Activating is simple. Once drive assist starts, it's on. So how does it work? If you're driving at 90, you accelerate yourself up to 90. You press minus, it will set to 90. If you press plus, you're at 90 and it will increase the speed. If you press the brake, it will deactivate this drive assist system. So you have 2 choices then, either press play or pause. So now you press the brake, it deactivates, then release the brake. You can press play and the car will automatically return to 90. Then faster and slower, depending on what you need. This is the button for the distance to the vehicle in front of me. So if, for example, I have a vehicle in front of me that's 10 meters away, if I want it to move farther away, I'll press more or less here. We have bars that move closer or farther apart, as shown here. You see it's marked close, far, medium. So here, we'll be able to do it with 3 different distances. And the limiter, when I press a limiter that asks me, how much do you want? Do you want it? Okay, at 90, it works the same. When I accelerate, it won't exceed 90, so I can set my speed that way. And you can see that it changes the speed on the screen. Very simple to use. The best thing is to test it. Next, we'll look at the voice command. I rarely use it because I find it useless. When your phone is connected, you press here, it picks up the call and hangs up. Then the volume up and down, change the radio or music right here, and the list will appear thanks to this button right here. The steering wheel is very simple, and this part is easy. Here you can see how I reversed earlier. I still have the cameras active with the 360-degree camera, so I have the side cameras and the front camera. And so if I shift into reverse, the rear camera activates. And if I shift back into drive, so I have the wall in front of me, as you can see. Or reverse gear, and the side mirror here goes up or down, depending on whether I shift into reverse or not to help me with the curbs. So that's pretty good. And then I shift back into park, so the gear shift is here. Drive towards me, reverse forward. Parking this way. So here we can see the buttons right here. And the B mode, that's going to be a regenerative mode for the hybrid electric versions. So that's going to slow down the car with strong electric engine braking. Now I'll check the drive modes on this side, but first I need to exit the camera. So there we go, drive mode. I have the electric mode, which I'm currently in, the hybrid mode, and the sport mode, which will change the environment a bit, the color, the themes. Here, for example, you can see it's orange everywhere. All right, I thought it changed. Okay, but that means we'll drive only in electric mode. Hybrid, it will make sure to use the electric side of the car first and then switch to hybrid. And sport, it will start the engine to have maximum power all the time. Next, we'll see the mirror screen here, which can be interesting, or the phone connections. Come, I'm going to connect my phone directly with you. So here I have the new iPhone 17 Pro that just came out. And normally we should even have the new version of Apple CarPlay. So how do we connect this? We're going to go to my devices right here. You are now visible as my Citroen SL ending in 7766. Okay, what you do on your phone is go to the Bluetooth settings. There you go, Bluetooth settings. And there it is, my Citroen 7766. I click on it. It detected Nicholas's iPhone. I click. Pairing request. I want to pair. Yes, I allow the pairing request. I confirm here. And now, normally, they will connect. Connected to CarPlay. Yes, so now I'll have wireless CarPlay. Do you want to enable CarPlay? Yes, very simple every time. You just click yes, 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 and now I have CarPlay. Wow. And the new CarPlay here with iOS 26 looks like this. We have a new background, new themes, and as you can see on my phone, no cables are connected. And I have phone mirroring with WhatsApp Waze, for example. Here, hop, it's pretty fast. We center it here. And the menus look like this. We'll see what it looks like. It still looks quite a lot like what was done before. The menus here. With all my apps, shortcuts, and widgets. Ah, that's new. We couldn't add widgets before. Right here. So here I have my CarPlay, either with Google Maps. Now I have 4 icons. Before, there were only 3 here. What can we see here? Music, etc. If I want to go, for example, into music, I was just listening to Skyrock Classic before. And so here I have my radio connected via iTunes, which can play. I have charge map apps, the phone, and others. So I'm not going to go into the phone to show you all my contacts, etc. But you get the idea, basically. The phone, I have contacts, favorites, recent calls, music, maps, or Google Maps. I use Google Maps a lot here, and I find it really convenient. And same with Google Maps. You still can't zoom out, which is disappointing. I'd really like Maps and Ways to let you zoom out like a real global positioning system. You can use it this way. So here we've connected his phone, as you saw, very easily, and it works with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Then, if I go back to my car to return to my car, the thing isn't there anymore. No, before we had the car, so the brand of the car, I don't have it now, Citroen. Okay, so I'll go back. Press home like this. And so, since I've connected, you can see that now in the media, my phone is connected to the radio. So where do we start? The global positioning system. Look, the global positioning system on the homepage. It takes up a third. Here we have a third, a third, a third. The bottom third that will always stay there. It's the climate control block. We'll begin with this always present block. We have the temperature control. I can adjust it warmer or cooler right here. Next, to enter the ventilation menu, I have to click on the little fan, which brings up a ventilation menu for me, so temperature is also here. So here I'm in automatic mode with the gentle setting. I can choose more, less, or auto mode by clicking once. I'm in gentle mode, normal mode, or fast mode. So it blows harder. I think you can hear it now. I'll leave it on gentle mode because I find it much more pleasant. We can sync both. For example, if I want 18 here, I want it to be 18.5 everywhere. Well, it synchronizes, and then I can unsynchronize on this side depending on the temperature I want. I'll leave it at 19.5. That should be good. Then, depending on where I'm getting ventilated, so it's here, on the feet, at the dashboard level, and on the upper part. I like to use all 3. That way it spreads out a lot more. Let's look at the steering wheel here. So for the steering wheel, you can just activate the steering wheel heating right here. Oops, go back. Activated, that's it. So I don't know why it doesn't want to. So normally it's supposed to activate. I'm not sure if it's on since I have no info, but it does turn on the heated steering wheel. Finally, the last air conditioning mode is preconditioning. So if you're charging your car at home and you want your car to be ready to go at 7 in the morning or 7:25 in the morning, continue. I want every day starting from 7:25 confirmed. And so every day starting from 7:25, the car will start preconditioning. so that it's comfortable inside the car with the temperature I want. And there you go. Every morning, everything will be just perfect. And of course, it will use the battery, or when the car is plugged in and charging. And we go back to the homepage, so the climate control menu is quite simple, and below we have the settings, which also take us to the climate control menu. If you prefer, use the physical button to exit. The front defogger, the air recirculation. These are the driving aids. We'll discuss this later. Turn off the air conditioning and rear defogger, and set the air conditioning to minimum or maximum. If I click here, for example, now I'm at minimum, or if I click here, it stops. And I think that for winter, normally it works with 27 degrees. I think that's the maximum. So that's it. If you get in the car and it's very hot, you click on Mini and that's it. It will cool down as quickly as possible to the coldest temperature this car can reach. Then we go back up. So we have these music shortcut icons, navigation shortcut that will open the global positioning system for me. So here, however, you can zoom out. So you can see that today we're on the island of Majorca, next to Ibiza and Menorca. The home button, which brings you back to this menu. The phone button here brings you back to the contacts I have, for example, here. And the app button with the car's applications. So this is car settings, the car settings. We'll look at the advanced driver assistance systems. So the advanced driver assistance systems, these are all the driver assistance aids. So we have shortcuts, we have the functions here with everything without the shortcuts and the tutorials. If you need a tutorial, you click and scan this QR code and you'll have all the information on your phone. Right now, I'm giving you a tutorial, better than Citroen. So we have this here, but we'll also have it when you click on the little Advanced Driver Assistance Systems button here, you can see that it looks like the button over there. So we have this shortcut, and if I need it, I can go back to the same menu, and that's really great. Because all the functions, rear traffic alert, lane keeping, drive assist, automatic braking system, traction control, speed limit alert, that's the thing that beeps all the time and that all the journalists were really bothered by it. You can deactivate it here. Speed change alert to deactivate. Because every time it sees a sign, it goes beep. Road sign recognition, it shows us the signs. For example, here we're in a 30 zone, so I have a 30 sign, and at least this way, I have a display. But without notification and driver attention alert, that's the camera located right here. We have an integrated camera there that will watch you throughout the entire use of the vehicle. And if you're tired, it will tell you that you're tired and to take a break. Well, that's something we're starting to get used to. Sometimes, but you can disable it. A super smart shortcut that Citroen made is this button right here. So you see here, when I hold it down, watch what happens on the dashboard. All right, let's turn everything off. Usually holding it here turns everything off. Oh, I haven't set everything up yet. Okay. So you can then do it right here, and when you hold it down there, it will turn off everything you've disabled every time you restart. Then I still have CarPlay as well, by the way. Up there is a shortcut because Apple requires manufacturers to make it so that with one click, you can go back to CarPlay. And so here, I go back to my CarPlay, for example, and there you go. So we go back to our home button, the applications. So we did the Advanced Driver Assistance Systems LED. It's basically the same. You scan the QR code. However, as you can see, there's no way to go back. You always have to return to this button. CarPlay is always accessible as a shortcut at the top, or I can bring it up again from here. The air conditioning. I still have a shortcut that lets me access the air conditioning menu either here or by tapping here. Or when I tap here. So there are 3 air conditioning menus to get to the same place. So here you have the choice. Date and time, so that's really the bare minimum. You have a clock. It shows the time, today's date, and you can set the time here. Leave it on automatic, it works fine. Choose 12 or 24-hour format and select days, months, or years first. The format, that's up to you to choose. All right, let's go back here. The energy, so that's going to be the energy flow. While driving, you'll see the engine start. For instance, watch as I switch to sport mode. Yes. There you go, the engine just started, so we can see that the engine has started. We have energy flows here, and if I accelerate, we pretend it's running. So we can see that when we're in sport mode, The engine is running, it's powering the battery, it's recharging the battery. Our goal isn't to do that. We're going to switch back to electric. The car will shut off again in a few seconds. Next, we have the history. So, what did we use in electric mode? What did we use in thermal mode? With gasoline in liters per 100 or in kilowatt hours per 100? Right here, we can have the scale for 50 kilometers, for 100 kilometers, or for the last 500 kilometers. And you can see that there are many phases where there's no gasoline at all because we were driving 100% electric right here. Remember, these are test phases with new cars just breaking in, each with only about 1,000 kilometers. Consumption, we can see it here. So the electric motor used 95% of the battery. Out of, for example, the 44% we've used so far, 95% was due to the electric motor, 5% to the air conditioning. And we can see the consumption we've made and what we've recharged by braking. We still recharged 1.3 kilowatt hours, which is interesting. And the combustion engine, for its part, gave back 0.4 kilowatt hours of power to this battery. That's pretty interesting to see. The charging. So you can do a delayed charge. For example, you plug it in, you have off-peak hours at home, off-peak hours. For example, at my place, it starts at 11:08 p.m. until, no, it's even worse. At my place, it's from 3 in the morning to 8 in the morning. So I'm going to set, for example, schedule the charging and start charging, for example, at where is 3 in the morning? At 3 in the morning. Apply. And the car will only start charging at 3 in the morning, so I can use my off-peak and peak hour options at home. Next, we have the e-save here, so e-save setting. When I click here, I want the hold. The hold means, for example, right now I have 56% battery left. I want you to keep the 56% battery. Or maybe I just want to keep 20 kilometers of electric range for when I get to the city. Or do I want you to recharge it fully? Here, the car will recharge to full and maintain maximum battery for later. If you're on the highway, I don't recommend that. Instead, use the hold button to make the car a simple hybrid. At most, you'll use more energy than hold mode, more like a hybrid. If you need those 20 kilometers, use them only at the end. So here, if you put it back to maximum, we're going to have very, very high consumption. So hold will work just fine. We go back to the menu here, the Hello Citroen. We're allowing sharing and location since no one had activated it and we made a new profile. So what's the weather like today in Majorca?
Sorry, you can't perform this operation by voice command at the moment.
All right, well, maybe it'll come in a future update. Set the temperature to 19 degrees. She can do that. For example, I don't know. Open the front right window.
Sorry, you can't.
We can't do everything yet. Next, my devices. So here I've connected Nicholas's iPhone, so it's connected. The vehicle is still called that. It alerts you about Bluetooth and lets you connect multiple devices. On the way back, oh, I had a back button. That's funny. Next, the media. So we're going to have several types of radios. We'll have the player here and the playlists. That's what you've recorded. Your library is if you have things saved. And then we'll choose what we're going to use. The radio here? So when I click here, it changes. Here, I switch from the radio to my connected iPhone, and I also have a USB drive with music connected. So we connected it there in the small port. And that allows me to have, for example, the music playlists. The Philips one here, where there are songs that Citroen put for us in a playlist. So we can enjoy ourselves on the road. You can see that we can use it this way as well. Or go back to Nicholas's iPhone to listen to what I have on my phone, or the radio stations I've started directly in iTunes. All right, let's go back here. Navigation. So now, we're switching to Global Positioning System, for example. Here we are on the island of Majorca. Now that I changed the profile, all points of interest are gone. For example, if I want to go here, I just click on this street. So the Global Positioning System is working here. It will try to find you the best route. So here we have 21 minutes, 17 kilometers with 0 minutes of traffic jam. And so, let's go. It's starting me. Okay, it's the same since we have a new profile. After checking it, it won't happen again. That's it. I'll arrive at 11:56. No traffic on the way. I can recenter this way. There's a little weather thing here, so it's going to get the weather for where I am right now with the whole weather channel. That's actually pretty interesting. Now it's going to rain soon, and it's true that looking at the sky, it might happen. And also I have the charging stations that it will find for me when I click here. It will tell me, here you go, on your route, you have this to recharge, which is pretty convenient if you're going shopping in the city or something, so you don't have to pay for parking again with these cars. And you can switch to charging mode. You can zoom in and out like this. I prefer doing it by hand. It's cooler. Does it know how to take boats? Hold on, I canceled the route. I'm heading up to there in France. Yes, looking for the best route. Will it account for the boat? 13 hours, 1,100 kilometers. You'll reach the destination at 12:42 antimeridiem. We're arriving late. So it takes me there. Okay, it takes me to the port. It has me take the boat. The boat goes straight to Spain, and then we go up. Okay, so it even knows about the boats. We leave navigation, we go back to the apps. So we were there. Settings, then all car settings. Here in connectivity, I can view my connected devices and share Wi-Fi networks through this car. You can see that the screen also gets dirty a little quickly. Well, actually, I can see just fine. It's just that on camera it shows up a bit more. My devices. So I connected my iPhone here. We're going to go into the profile menu, so we have the guest, the driver who is there, and Sport Mechanic, which just started right here. So I can customize it each time. Now, since I created a new profile, let's pretend it's you who created your new profile. Personalization. What can I customize in this car? I can choose the content, the layout of the displays. Okay, all right. So I can't do it. So it's personalization here. So now I'll be able to choose. There you go, either that or that. Which one do I prefer? I would prefer that. Okay, widget. Unable to add a widget, no space available. All right. So maybe I need to remove some widgets. Okay, yes, so, okay, maybe I need to add a page. Okay, I'm adding a page. So, darn, shoot. Well, so here, I came here, so I have 1 page, 2 pages, and so here I still have 2 pages. But I'm gonna go back to customization. Display customization, so customize the touchscreen. So this one, I go back to my second page, I add a page, and then I add my widgets. So, add a widget. For example, I want the ADAS system. Another widget, the assistant system there. I add another widget, I want the air conditioning. I add another widget. So, I scroll through the app wall, I add another widget. I want, for example, navigation assistance. I can put navigation here differently. I can put the mirror screen, or I can put multimedia. Hey, I really like the big car display like that. Then I can add some small ones here. Hey, I'll put the music like that. He still took 2, though. What can I put here? Hold the music like this, and there you go. And so here, okay, back save. So now this time I have my page saved. And so this time when I come back, boom, save. My home page. I'll have my first standard page here, the second one, and the third one, which I customized the way I wanted. And you can delete and customize all the pages like that as you wish. So we go back here into the settings. So we've customized our displays. Then we can go back and customize the driver display. So what do I want to add here? And is it the same? Here, I'll be able to scroll through my menus and I can add, for example, new functions. For example, either the advanced driver assistance systems or navigation. Here, which wasn't there before, I customize it and I have that. Now, when I scroll, I see global positioning system navigation or info, and you can customize it as you like. Or the speed, basically, here, for example. So here, same thing. You can add pages if you want and create new configurations. That's pretty good. We save, and there you go. Next, screen color. So here we can see that we have a kind of orange. We can have it in yellow like this, so we can see it here. It turned yellow and all that. This looks a bit like the yellow-green Peugeot Sport Engineered from Peugeot. We can set it to pink. I like pink. Pink is stylish. It adds a little something, even on this screen. A little extra touch. I like it. It looks modern. It feels a bit more like a game. It makes this car more playful. Interior color. We'll add small LEDs in the cabin, which will stand out at night. I don't think you can see it, but there's a little light underneath there. So when it comes to interior colors, we're going to have a few options. Not many. We're setting everything to pink. Let's do it. Okay. First, customization. Next, exterior animation, meaning the lights. And do you want the lights to animate in a certain way when you start the car? And interior animation? It's the same. Choose whatever you want in the car. It has small startup animations we like, so we keep them. That's the profile customization. We've seen customization and connectivity here. And same thing. You can change all that through your menus. If you put, for example, Michelle has the pink, and Paul, for example, has the green. My devices include connectivity, Wi-Fi networks, and their privacy. You can enable Wi-Fi to download updates and more, if you want it faster at home. Next, the system settings. So here, this is what might interest us quite a bit. The language in French, the date, and the time. And we use liters per 100 kilometers. But for example, the English use miles per gallon. So it's the number of miles per gallon. Or we could use kilometers per liter. For example, 1 liter lets us travel 8 kilometers. Temperature can be in Celsius or Fahrenheit. And we can reset all the system information here. And we're not going to reset everything. Cancel. Oops. There we go. Let's go back to the settings here. So connectivity, we've done. System, so that's the one we were in. So we only have this information. Brightness, so that's going to be the cockpit. Brightness, I want everything lit up. For interior lighting, should it be brighter or dimmer? So here maybe you can see a little better the intensity, so what's back there, but it's hard to see during the day on the fabric. The head-up display, do I want to show it or not? And do I want it to be bright or not so bright? Audio, we'll look at the audio settings right here with the equalizer. Do we want a neutral or dynamic ambient sound? Well, dynamic gives you a bit more of a 3D sound equalizer. The treble, the mid-range, the bass with the lows. Where do I want it centered in the car? Right in the center. You can reset everything here if you want. There you go. That sets everything to 0. The vehicle and its settings. We have the lighting right here. Exit vehicle lighting. Do you want the lights to stay on? And the automatic high beams. Do you want them to switch automatically at night or not? Vehicle access? So, do you want to unlock only the driver's door when you get close to the car? Door unlocking, only the trunk. So we don't want that. We want the motorized trunk. So, one that opens automatically, hands-free. I keep the key in my bag and it opens by itself. Automatic hands-free access. Disable mirror folding, but we keep it on because automatic folding is useful. The locking confirmation is the beep when we lock the car. The voice assistant. Detect the Hello Citroen. You saw it launched voice command. Cancel.
Your request concerns recent data for which I cannot provide an answer.
All right, you see that these things still don't work very well. Voice interruption, so as soon as I speak normally, it interrupts the thing. And reuse of data. Do you want the assistant to collect your data or not? Updates. Allow downloading updates over a network here. That's if you want the car's screens to update automatically, like a phone, using connected services. So here we can see that we don't have any connected services, at least currently with this car. So normally, after 34 minutes of this video, you're supposed to know everything about how this car works. You know how to connect a phone or other device and how it works. Also, don't move. You have a choice. For example, I'm going to call a friend. No, we'll use the controls here. All right, we're going to go to the phone. We're going to call Thierry. I know Thierry always answers. For example, I'm making a call here to test the car's sound directly. Hello, Thierry. How are you?
He's silly. I'm good, you.
He's silly, he says. We're live in a video, and I'm testing the CarPlay of the new Citroen C5 with my new iPhone 17. Can you hear me well?
17 Pro?
17 Pro, that's right. Can you hear me?
I feel like you're sitting on my lap, Nico.
Wow, that's very close.
Well, you asked me if I can hear you well. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, perfect. The engine's running now, so if you can hear me, that's good.
Well, I can't even hear the engine running.
Can you hear it now? I'm revving the engine.
I can't hear anything at all.
So that means even with CarPlay, we have good sound filtering, even in this car. That's still important when making calls and having meetings. Well, Thierry, thanks anyway for joining us live.
You're welcome, Mr. Mecaniquesportive.
Great, Thierry. That's Spinergy, who we recently tested his Porsche with. Did you watch that video, Thierry?
I hope people came.
Yeah, and honestly, you just bought the new iPhone 17 as well. Well, I can hear you very well. The car's interior is perfect.
Apple is on fire, yeah. And it's the phone that's filtering the sound, Nico. I don't think it's Apple CarPlay.
I'm not sure. We'd need to check with the engineers. Still, it works well. If you don't hear anything, that's good. Do you hear this? Do you hear anything? Is it loud?
No, but it sounds like you're scratching a surface with your fingernail.
Okay, actually, I was tapping right in front of the mic on the sunshade.
Why is the mic up there?
Yeah, it's above my head, so the mic is right here. Wait, can you hear me now? Can you hear the noise now?
I can't hear anything at all now.
It's crazy because, look, I'm actually tapping on the dashboard pretty hard, and still, it's pretty impressive.
I think it's the phone that's doing the filtering.
Yeah, that's possible since the phone has 3 built-in microphones.
And the Apple CarPlay you have on your screen. The phone sends the information as Apple CarPlay in iOS 26 gets a major design update.
Absolutely.
This design is made possible by iOS 26.
Exactly. Now you can see there's more fluidity and transparency. Exactly. With the transparent aspect of iOS 26 that I see there on the CarPlay screen. All right then, Thierry.
The liquid glass.
Exactly, thanks. And thanks to everyone who watched. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon. And Thierry, see you very soon for more adventures.
A nice little comment on the Mecanique Sportive channel would make him very happy.
A lot. See you soon, my friends. Bye.